So why are you here? It seems like it should have been more. It seems like there should be more to it. It should be more complicated. After all, I've devoted thousands of lifetimes to this understanding. I'm on the leading edge of thought. I paid $150 to get here. Shouldn't there be more to this? And we say, oh, there's a lot more, but it all falls under the category of joy. It's all for joy. It's all for your exhilarating life experience. It's all for our joy. All of this exists so that you can continue to expand in joy. Did we say all of this exists so that you can joyfully expand? Well, the expansion is inevitable. But if joy is your goal, it certainly is ours. Then and only then are we able to stay in balance. If you get growth out there as your goal, then you lose your barometer. You lose your sense of where you are in your balance of desire and allowing. Joy has to be the only thing that matters to you, or you'll lose that balance. And oh, heaven help you, and Abraham too, if you ever make growth your goal. Because when growth is your goal, you work so hard, you lose your connection, and then you set up a wall of resistance, and then you ask harder and harder, you work longer and longer, you feel worse and worse, your desires stay further and further away, you walk forward and so do they, you walk forward and so do they, an elusive dream it seems. But when you make joy your dominant quest, then you can feel, time for me to put more emphasis on the specifics of what I want. Time for me to put less emphasis on the specifics of what I want. And time for me to relax and bask in things already accomplished and things already appreciated. Oh, things are slowing down a little bit for me. Now, what do I want? Things are going way too fast for me. Now, let's see how I can bask. In other words, if you're paying attention to the way you feel, then you have this perfect awareness, and it begins to feel as natural to you as driving your car. Sometimes we see you mad at yourself because you have a desire that you cannot figure out how to get close to. You can't find the feeling place of it. And we say, this is the fun. We see you. You like challenges in your computer work. You like challenges on the football field. You like challenges in tennis. You like challenges. You put yourself in competition with all kinds of things. You love the expansion of your mind. Why not enjoy your step-by-step motion toward your own creation? Why not relax and begin enjoying the process instead of beating up on yourself because you're here and your desire is over here? Why not start enjoying the journey? We don't see any of you taking off on a vacation knowing that eventually you'll come back home and having all of these cities and all of these destinations in your plans, and then suddenly waking up on the morning that you're going to leave and saying, let's see, here's my itinerary. I'm going here and here and here and here and here and here and here, and 30 days later I'll be back home. Home? I'm already home. Why go? I could save a lot of time and trouble and money. This goal is complete. Check it off my list. And you don't do that because going is so much fun. All of the stuff that comes along the way is so very much fun. And so that's the way each of your desires is to feel to you. That's what you planned. You didn't say, I'll go forth and instantly manifest. You said, I'll go forth and I'll get an idea and I'll line up with it, and all that is will assist, and I'll see progress, which will give me greater clarity. And as that greater clarity comes and I stand in that partially manifested stage, I'll have other ideas, because everything about me and everything about my desire will have shifted a little bit, and I'll add clarity to what I want. Jerry and Esther have builders that have been building with them since 1994. And it's a small crew. They're on their 5th or 6th building now. And the thing that Jerry and Esther love most about it is they go so slow that Jerry and Esther can change their mind a zillion times before anything happens, which is wonderful because it gives them the opportunity to conclude and to attract and to change their mind. And their builder stands before them, looks both of them in the eyes, and says, "We're ready to go on this, right?" And Esther says, "Yeah, go with it, and if we don't like it, we'll do it again." So the large building, much of it porches, is on its 5th painting. The rooms are getting smaller and smaller. And it's almost right. But since there is no limitation, since the new idea always feels better, since it is all about joy and experience, and even these very conservative builders are beginning to enjoy the process of creation. They're beginning to relax into the awareness that this building will never be done. People say, "When are you moving in?" And Jerry will say, "We don't know." "Well, what is your deadline?" "Well, we don't have a deadline." "Well, how fast should I go?" "As fast as pleases you. Do what's comfortable for you." They're having quite an adjustment. They're used to being driven by deadlines and demands. They're used to being motivated rather than inspired. But they are relaxing into the awareness of how much fun it can be to take your time and allow inspiration to lead. And that's what we wish for all of you. There is no limitation on resource. Anything that you desire flows easily to you. It is your work to identify, then relax and allow. Over and over and over and over again. You'll never stop asking. You'll never stop allowing. So, negative emotion will never be a thing of the past. Negative emotion will always be a subtle reminder of where you are in that balance. You can diminish your negative emotion from agony to awareness. You can diminish your negative emotion from depression to a nudging, an indicator. You can get so good at listening to who you are that your life will unfold so seamlessly that anyone watching you would really believe that you have an advantage that they've never seen before. When in reality, everyone is born with this advantage. You are vibrational beings, we all are. And when you are aware of your vibration, then you are in control of your experience. Every thought that has ever been thought could potentially be thought by you. You're like a receiving mechanism that when you set your tuner to the station, you're going to hear what's playing. Whatever you are focused upon is the way you set your tuner. And when you do that, and you focus there for as little as 17 seconds, you activate that vibration within you. Once you activate a vibration within you, law of attraction begins responding to that vibration. And you're off and running, whether it's something wanted or unwanted. Don't let it worry you because you have enormous leeway in all of this. And when you begin to recognize that you can choose in every moment a thought that feels good or a thought that doesn't feel good, then you begin to recognize that you have the potential of activating something that feels good or activating something that feels bad. So, if you activate something that feels bad, and you're not aware that your negative emotion is telling you that you're doing it, law of attraction is going to help you do it again. And if you're still not aware, so you make another choice instead, then law of attraction is going to help you do it again. And if you're still not aware, so you don't make another choice, law of attraction is going to help you do it again until eventually you're going to know when we ask the question, I've got a dominant belief. My dominant belief about money is that there isn't enough. And my dominant belief about men is that there isn't enough. And my dominant belief about land is that there isn't enough. And my dominant belief about parking spaces is there isn't enough. In other words, you come to believe lack or shortage in all things wanted and abundance in all things not wanted. It's really an interesting thing. There's way more cancer to go around than any of you want. In other words, we don't see any of you saying, there's a shortage of cancer. Maybe we can produce some in laboratories and begin to give it to people intravenously. You never say that. And yet you are influencing it among each other, and you are doing it to yourselves by being sloppy about the way you give your direction. And so it was our desire, as we chew here together today, to inspire you to an awareness that it matters what you give your attention to, because you are practicing proclivity to vibrate. It isn't that when you think a thought that doesn't feel good to you, that then you put that thought in a bucket and carry it with you, and then you find a thought that feels good and you put that in a bucket and carry it with you, and then as you move through life, you fill up one bucket with bad thoughts and another bucket with good thoughts, and then eventually you come to some class where you are taught how to get that bad thought out of the bucket and that bad thought out of the bucket. Your thoughts are not like that at all. Your brain is not a storage cabinet. You are a transmitting and receiving mechanism. It's what you have tuned your tuner to. In other words, you can program your television to stop on the stations of your choice, and you have, without realizing it in most cases, programmed your mind to stop on the station that you've practiced most, and often it's not the station of your choice. So what we want to help you do is realize that you can, with far less practice than you think, begin to orient yourself to the station, so to speak, to the activation of the thought that really, really serves you. And those are thoughts like, I'm worthy, I'm good, I can do it, there's plenty, the world is abundant, whatever I want is coming, this is fun. Good. So where do you want to begin? On the aisle right here, then right here, then right here.